the CZ82 pistol. Alright, before we get into it, if you would please subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment, and if you could, become a member. Alright, we're going to cover this gun here and do a critique on it. Another surplus pistol that has come out. Now if you notice, I kind of have this bizarre holster. I purchased this from somebody overseas, actually one for me and my friend. They used to come with a nice heavy leather holster when they originally were importing these years and years ago. That is right or left-handed, and it holds a pistol in one mag. This is something that was made up for when the troops were deployed, I think in Yugoslavia or something. It matched the camouflage that they had. But it's basically kind of the same idea, but it's not reversible. It's a right-handed holster. Alright, so the CZ, this is an 82 pistol. I think the 83 is in 380 auto. And they did make these in 32, which are kind of rare. But this one here I got here recently. I just picked it up. And this is a double action, single action. Does not have a decocker on it. And it has a 1911 style button mag release with, I believe, they're 13 round magazines, which you can find these. So this one here, it's an interesting gun. I wanted one for years, and I passed on them when they were like in say the 250 unit area, and I had to pick this one up for well over $3. But what it was is when I went to the place, there were 5 pistols, and I was able to go through and pick the one I want, and I got the best one myself cosmetically. Now my friend bought one for a bit less, and he bought it through one of the online dealers, and it looked a little bit better than mine, but the pistol, when he took it out to fire it, would lock back in the middle of the magazine. The mag stop would pop up, and what it was is there was a spring inside the pistol itself that was malfunctioning, just a little tiny wire spring. So I think those guns were known to have a problem, even though they looked a lot better. And I had to help him take that gun apart and replace that little spring, and then his problems were gone. But you got to watch now. And I think, well, these are available now. And with the sluggish gun sales, they're about slightly under 300 units. But there have been a lot of complaints that the condition isn't the best. And the problem is, like you see here where the finish, that's from where the snap holster kept doing it. And some of them, you know, they'll show you a gun like this and say, hey, they're in good condition. Then they send you a gun where 70% of the finish on the slide is gone. So, buyer beware. But, let's talk about it. Let's get the critique going. Alright. It's an interesting gun. Fun gun to shoot. But then again, in a 9mm Makarov. And we'll talk about more of that when we get to the ammo part. Alright. Shit hit the fan gun, survivor gun, or prepper gun. Yeah, I'm going to say it's good. The gun is, I'm going to say, fairly reliable. Like I've seen, somebody had a problem with it, and, you know, it was a little picayune frigging thing. But it could be done. But for somebody that doesn't have gunsmithing skills or can get into disassembling, you had to kind of disassemble the gun somewhat, the frame parts, to get to that. that could be an issue. So the reliability, that's going to affect that. But if it works and it holds up and it works for you, you know, in a situation like that, prepper and everything else, the way this is a more modern design. It's got a high capacity. It's pretty good, functional, you know, reliability wise, and the ammunition is not terrible. It's 9mm Mac. You can still get surplus ammo in sealed tins. Okay, the only thing is, it's going to cost you half a K for 1,280 rounds. But it's fairly new ammo from the 90s, and it's military grade pistol ammo, and it's sealed in a tin. So that raises this up, or any of our Macs now. I didn't know this, that ammo is still coming in. It isn't inexpensive as it was years ago, but for shit hit the fan or something, being able to get that sealed in an airtight tin is a plus. Kind of raises it up. So yeah, this, I'm going to give it an 8, because you can still get holsters. You can get police holsters or something, and you can have ammunition sealed that you can store, squirrel away, and have it ready. So it raises the shit hit the fan thing for this to an 8. Alright. Home defense. I'm going to give this an 8, because there are other guns, like a 9mm, you can find magazines that are cheaper, and you can find ammunition in a wide variety of it for less money and easily, where 9mm Mac's kind of tough. So home defense, I'm going to give it an 8. General purpose shooting. These guns are fantastic. They're comfortable to shoot. They fit in my hand. They're, you know, 9mm Mac in a Magnum round. And these guns are pretty solid, and they shoot well and they're accurate. So for general purpose shooting, a plinking gun and that, they're around. They are still reasonable now. They're still coming in to the surplus market at around 300 units. So yeah, I'm going to say as a general purpose shooter, I'm going to give it a 9, because the 9mm Mac is not really as readily available as other calibers. If you had an 83 and 380, the cost difference, but also 380 ammo in the 82, which is identical to this, except it's just in 380, maybe something to look into. And I don't know if I went with concealability. I'm going to give this about a 6. You can get a holster. This is a medium-sized gun. So I'm going to have to say about 6 on concealability. You know, you could find, and it's a popular gun, they do make inside the waist concealable holsters for this. But actually it's not really what I would carry. I'd get something smaller and thinner. But we'll go with 6 on that. Okay, general purpose shooting is fun. Militia weapon. If you had a bunch of people that had 9mm Macs, and like I said, somebody had a tin, or you had a tin of it backed up to go with your gun, say you got 2 or 3 others. Because I do. Like I have a Polish one, I have a Bulgarian Makarov. In a emergency, and say you're cut off, or there's a natural disaster, you're kind of trapped, you can't move or get out, I could break out 4 handguns, pull a tin out, open it up, and pass out some ammo to my neighbors, and then once the crisis is over, collect all my stuff. So still, this is where mil surplus, and that's why I kind of added that category. It's still pretty good. I'm going to say it's a 9. Okay, for that collector's item. prices did go up when the supply dried out. I mean, with the nice leather holsters and that. And now you can't get them like that, the military issue. They usually come with, if they come with holsters, they're more police kind of holsters that hang down, black leather, and just hold the guns. And they did go up in value. Then now they kind of are bringing them in and they kind of dropped in value. So it fluctuates. And until they totally dry up, okay, then after that point, whenever that is, they will go up. I thought the Polish handguns, I haven't seen a P83 or 64s, but they dried up for a while, and there was a couple years they went up in price, you know, from 200 units to 400 units. Now I've seen them, and there's places that have some of the 83s, which is the military issue with 9mm Makarov. They're a little on a beat up side. They don't come with a holster. The other ones would come with a holster and that. And they're about 350 units. And that's about what I paid for mine with a spare mag, a holster, and a cleaning rod. Okay, back when they were kind of drying up. So, collector's items, yes. Now, ammo price and availability, I did not believe it. I knew 9 Mac was kind of hard to find, but there is some people that have Bulgarian, and it looks like from the tin, it was made in the 90s. There's 1,280 some rounds in a tin, a sealed tin of pistol ammo, and it's for me to get a tin, it's 535 units. Okay, I just went and reloaded almost 1,000 rounds of this for myself, so that's a tough call. But it may be something, you know, sealed in a tin, and it comes out to 47 cents a round or something, I think. Might be something just to squirrel away. Parts, repair, accessories. When I had to work with my buddy's gun, there's 2 different variations, so you got to be careful. But I did find the little part he needed, the little spring and that. So yeah, you can say that. Accessories, the holster I had to get from overseas. You can get, you know, other holsters like concealed carry holsters, custom made ones that'll fit this gun. It's a common gun, so you can buy that. So I'm going to give that an 8. I think you can get spare mags pretty easy also, so we're going to give it an 8 on that. Overall cost and value, this is just a really nicely designed gun. It's fun to shoot. It's fairly reliable, like I said, you know. Some of them may have issues, you know, they've been in service or used in law enforcement for many years, and you may have some worn out, but I don't think you will have that great of a problem finding the parts you need to get it. And over time, you know, once all of these surplus guns start drying up, or they're being taken out of storage and service, and once they're gone, and that's when the value of these things will go up. You know, so yeah, it's worth it, and if you could get one for your collection, it'd be worth it. All right, thank you, and stay tuned.